Hey, Shalom Bakim. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachak Kudash, the bonds of the apostles, Elegant Millstone, hopefully like teach for 30. I'm Balachayaba. And man, I'm gonna get straight right into it. So real quick, article I just pulled out on Engadget. It says Samsung is investing $356 billion in chips, biotech, and AI. Yep. So hey, this article speaks for itself already, just by reading that heading or that the title. It says we can read a little bit of this. It says many folks mainly associate Samsung with smartphones and TVs, but the company is looking at other parts of its business for long-term growth potential. In the 5 years of 2026, will plow 450 trillion won, 356 billion into strategic areas with a focus on things like semiconductors, biotechnology, and artificial intelligence. Keyword, man, biotechnology. Let's get that definition real quick if you don't know what biotechnology is. It says the exploitation of biological processes for industrial and other purposes, especially the genetic manipulation of microorganisms for the production of antibiotics, hormones. Yeah, but really, man, what that biotechnology they want to push, really, man, is in a sense of what's the word? Transhumanism. Let's go ahead and look that word up real quick. Yep. So it says transhumanism is a philosophical just like if I said it wrong, an intellectual movement which advocates for the enhancement of the human body or human condition by developing and making widely available sophisticated technologies that can greatly enhance longevity and cognition. It also predicts the inevitability of such technologies in the future. Yeah, and that's what they're pushing. They're pushing that this transhumanism, this merging with technology, becoming, like a better word, cyborgs is good. That's what Esau's pushing. Which really, behind the scenes, man, he's doing this for control. The elites, they want control over, the masses. So they're going to push and invest a lot of money into making you think that, this biotech, is good for you. Like as scripture says, he's going to put out many signs of wonders. Let's get that real quick. I think we're done with this. So it says, Matthew 24:24, for there shall arise false Mashiachs, or false Christ, which literally Well, let me keep going. It says, and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders. Yeah, so, it's not like there's going to be a big antichrist, because, these Christians put that there's going to be an antichrist. One person who's going to show up and deceive the whole world. Really, the antichrist is speaking about anyone who's against Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. Anyone who's against Yahweh Shai, which is the true name of the Son. Anyone who's against, Yahweh Shai. And him coming back to establish his rulership, you're automatically anti-Mashiach. Anyone who's against the Most High and the Son, you're automatically anti-Mashiach, anti-Christ. So it says again, for there shall arise false Christ and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch. Well, let me stop right there. Yeah, it says, and shall show great signs and wonders. Yeah, Esau is going to show many great signs and wonders. We see this, how Esau is pushing this, CHIP, RFID, CHIP. You see how, he's saying, oh, it enables the blind, the blind can see now, the paralyzed can walk. He's going to push many things like that, as well as, he's going to push, you can become a superhuman, you can have enhanced abilities, blah, blah, blah. You can, look up anything in the internet, with just, the thought of your mind. Those are signs and wonders. And what does it say? And so much that, in Matthew 24:24, continuing, it says, and so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Yeah, so if it was possible because the devil, he's going to get a lot of people into, believing his trickery, believing his sweet words and sweet talk. And then, it says, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Yeah, so, hey, if the Lord didn't have a seal, an elect, hey, this devil, would have probably gotten everybody, man. But the Lord, he got his elect. And the Lord woke up his elect of the nation of Israel. The elect is of the nation of Israel. So the Lord woke up his elect so that they'll know, and they'll have the eyes to see, what's good and what's evil. So going back to the article, it says, skipping down a little bit, let's get to the point. It says the Samsung Electronics division will use the funding to bolster its chip design and manufacturing process, according to the Korea Herald. The company is preparing to start making 3M, CHIPs to help it keep pace with TMSC. Yeah, which is also another tech company, specializing in making CHIPs and other products. It says it's also working on advanced CHIPs for computers, robots, and AI purposes. It plans to focus on the development of 6, generation tech. So now, this 5, generation tech wasn't even enough, man. This devil, he wants to keep on going. So now he's about to release this 6, generation tech, man. Hey, this devil, he can't have enough, man. So, this is the last part. It says, over the next few years, Samsung expects to create 1 million jobs. It plans to hire 80,000 people by 2026 and create hundreds of thousands of more positions with its vendors. Yeah, so Hey, that's quick, man. This dude, he's making, you know, he's trying to make these, create 1 million jobs. You know, he wants to create these things fast, man, so he can move faster and faster in bringing come to pass his agenda, you know. And you know what this all leading to, man. You know, this biotech, pushing this biotech and, you know, AI and CHIPs. This is what it's going to lead to. It says, where do I want to start? Yeah, let's start at Revelation 13 and 16 that says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Yeah, and if you don't already know, that mark is indeed that RFID CHIP. You know? Because let's go into that word mark real quick. Because you got a lot of people who believe that it's a spiritual mark. Nah, man, Esau doesn't deal spiritually, man. Everything Esau does is for carnality, you know. Yeah, on the left-hand side, you know, he does some, he can, you know, he's basically like a witch. But hey, Esau, man, for the most part, he deals carnally, man. So, well, let's get this word mark. It's, of course, the Greek word charagma, which means a stamp and imprinted mark. It says stamp as a badge of servitude. So, yeah, scratch or etching. Yeah, so yeah, man, stamp and imprinted mark. That's the point. Yeah, let's get the word stamp. Or yeah, it says an instrument for stamping a pattern or mark. In particular, an engraved or inked block or die. Yeah, that thing's literally gonna be engraved in your skin. The RFID CHIP, man. That's what Esau's planning on doing. Look at Sweden, man. How they got, you know, all these people over there, you know, CHIP'd, man. You got a whole bunch of people, man, who got CHIP'd already. That's what he wants to do, bring, you know, to the rest of the world. So it says a mark or pattern made by a stamping instrument, one, especially one indicating official validation or certification. Yeah, and coming soon, man, you know, in order to verify that you're part of the society, to certify that you're part, that, you know, yeah, what I want to say is, you know, these future times coming up, which basically, man, we are in the future already. In order to be a part of this society, you know, you're going to need to verify and certify that you have that CHIP. Which the elect of the nation of Israel, man, they're going to be blotted out of the society, you know. And they're going to be protected, man, from these evils that come. So, yeah, and the point is to stamp as a badge of servitude, going back to the definition of charagma. Yeah, so I think that's the point right there. And another point in the article I wanted to touch on is how Esau wants to create, you know, 1 million jobs. He wants to hire 80,000 people. He wants to do things quick. He wants to move and hurry up with his plan. So going to Revelation 12:12 says, "Rejoice, ye heavens, ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." So Esau knows he has a short time, so he wants to move quick, man, with his agenda, with his plans, man. And the ultimate plan is to get everyone CHIP'd. For everyone to receive that charagma, man, that's his ultimate plan, man. Because once he does that, he has total control over everybody, for those who get it, which most people, man, will get it, except for the elected nation Israel. And of course, they're going to have some Edomites or, some 2/3 who don't get it, but the Lord's still going to destroy them. But we know in order to be saved, to receive salvation, you have to resist that CHIP, and the Lord will put in the spirit of his men, his elect men and elect women, to resist that CHIP. So it says, Ephesians 5:15, "See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise." Yeah, so being these times, man, we're supposed to be walking circumspectly. Know what Esau is, planning. Constantly watching the news. We constantly got to have filter things, through the scriptures. What we see, what we, constantly seeing, man, day by day. We see articles like this. Samsung is investing $356 billion in chips in biotech and AI. And we already know where it's headed. So hey, that's being wise. So it says, Ephesians 5:17, "Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is." Well, I actually skipped verse 16. It says, "Redeeming the time because the days are evil." Yeah, so we're supposed to be redeeming the time, man, Basically, we're supposed to, most of our time is supposed to be given to the truth, towards serving Yahweh Basmi Al-Shai, towards, doing this work. That's where most of our time is supposed to, abide in, It says, because the days are evil. Yeah, so we're in those evil days right now, man, currently. So yeah, just real quick, man, wanted to get into that. Esau, man, he's moving, with that with this MOB tech, that he obviously wants to put out, and deceive the masses into receiving. That's why he's investing so much money in this biotech, CHIPs, this AI technology, so he can present with you, his signs and wonders, which is basically his what's the word I want to use? His deceit, really, at the end of the day. His signs and wonders. It's just lies and deceit. And that's what he wants to push. So what? You can take that MOB and then have total control. That's what he really wants. So, yeah, just real quick, I wanted to get in that. The one willing brothers out there edified. Yahweh Basmi Al-Shai, Barakathum, Shalom.